Welcome back, everybody. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. And today we're going to be talking about Ben Solo. If you guys want to see more Star Wars content in the future, definitely hit that subscribe button. So yes, we're going to be talking about Ben Solo today. I've been wanting to make a few Rise of Skywalker videos since the movie came out, but I just don't want to pump them out there and that's all I talk about. I don't want to just have a discussion every single video. But today I wanted to talk about it because I've been seeing it on Twitter, all over the place about Ben Solo dying, not getting his redemption arc. He should have stayed alive and been able to carry on the Jedi way, the Jedi tradition, rebuilding the Jedi with Rey and then them, having a family and continuing on. So that's what we're going to talk about, and I want to discuss it with you guys and get your guys' thoughts on it. Should he have died in the end, and did he actually get his redemption? Now, I didn't necessarily like how the movie ended, but I did like how Kylo's arc ended. It was symbolic. It was kind of the same way that Vader died. And you can't give somebody life after they have killed and destroyed so many people and so many planets over the years. And I think that's the main problem with people saying he needs to stay alive. He needs to have that. He shouldn't be allowed to have life after killing so many people. And their argument is that he was being controlled by Snoke, who we now know is Palpatine, his entire life. If you guys haven't read the comics, you definitely need to. I'm going to be doing a review over them here pretty soon. They're the Kylo Ren comics that just came out, the Rise of Skywalker, the Rise of Kylo Ren, I think is what it's called. And it goes into depth in the very first comic, or the second one. They show his early life with Luke. They're going to a temple with Lorsan Tekka. And Snoke is just talking to him while they're on the ship. They're going to this planet, and literally Snoke is just in his head talking to him while Luke is just driving. He's just driving the ship, and he's just right next to him. So it's very interesting to see that Kylo's early life, Snoke was in his head from pretty much the very beginning, since the beginning of his training. And those are everyone's excuses as to why, it was Snoke, it was Palpatine the whole time. It wasn't actually Kylo, but that's not true. I mean, once he becomes Supreme Leader and kills Snoke, he has the option to stop. He asks Rey, come with me, take my hand. Me and you can do this together. And he's like, we can rule the galaxy. Instead of saying that, he could have been like, let's go rebuild the Jedi Temple. The dark side is done. Everyone's killed. It's over. We have won. Okay. And then of course someone would have came back and tried to fight them and destroy the Jedi Temple, and then they would win in the end. But nonetheless, he had the decision to do the right thing, yet he did not. Palpatine wasn't in his head at the time. At least we don't know he was. We don't think he was, because Palpatine first comes to Kylo. We see him come to Kylo, and then Kylo goes to find him on Exegol. So most likely he was not in his head during the time period in between The Last Jedi and the Rise of Skywalker. So yeah, he had plenty of time to make his own decisions, and he didn't come to his senses until Leia transported her life energy or force or whatever the hell happened. I still don't know what happened there. I should probably look that up. But when Leia goes and gets in Ben's head, and then Han's dream or vision or memory shows up, then he realizes what he did, and then he turns to the light side of the Force after slaughtering millions of people and pretty much destroying the galaxy, right? So at that point, for me, all of it's lost. It's not justified. You can't just come back from that. Just like Vader. Vader slaughtered so many people. He slaughtered younglings. He slaughtered the Jedi. He killed everybody, right? He was a horrible person. But nonetheless, he came back to the light side and became a Force ghost, realized what he did. That's fine. I don't have any problem with them redeeming themselves and becoming Force ghosts. But for them to redeem themselves and then be like, okay, yeah, well you can stay alive because, you're back to the light, right? It's all good. And the thing is people wouldn't be okay with that. People would not be okay with Kylo Ren, the guy who was the Supreme Leader of the First Order for 2 years, 3 years? 2 years, I think. Him being a Jedi, it's not gonna work. A lot of people are gonna be pissed off. So I don't think he should have stayed alive. If he would have stayed alive, there would have been a lot of struggles and conflicts between him and the New Republic, and pretty much just everybody in the galaxy. So I think it would have been a major problem. And I think he had his redemption. He came back, he saved Rey, he gave her his life energy, his Force energy, and it was symbolic. He saved the one he loved from dying, but he couldn't save himself. Yes, I love that that symbolism there. It's very nice, but I don't think he should have stayed alive. I don't want him to come back in the flesh. I would love to see him as a Force ghost. I think that would be cool to see him come back and talk to Rey, maybe help her along the way, something like that. But I don't think he should come back in the flesh. I feel like that would kind of ruin death. I've said this to many people that death has kind of just become irrelevant at this point. If Sidious can come back alive, pretty much anyone can at this time. We already have Force ghosts that are pretty much alive. We've seen Yoda manifest Force powers into the real world. So at this point, death's becoming irrelevant to the powerful characters in the show and in the movies. And the characters that we see are the most powerful, right? They're the heroes of the show, the heroes and the villains. They have to have the best powers. And they're going to have the power to come back. Then what's the point of death, right? So I think we need to start keeping characters dead at this point. Keep Kylo dead. I don't think we should bring him back with the World Between Worlds. I think it'd be cool to see. Don't get me wrong. That would be pretty awesome to see. But I don't think it should happen. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think Kylo actually redeemed himself? Do you think he should have died? Should not have died? Do you think he should have been a Force ghost in the first place? Or, just maybe he shouldn't have turned back to the light side at all? If I had to have, have him be on the light or the dark side at the end, I would actually rather have him be on the dark side and kind of go out like that. That's just me. I have a whole different side of the story. I feel like my opinions are a lot different than the mainstream. And I know it's not going to happen, so I don't have my hopes up like, oh, Kylo's going to turn to the dark and go down. Like, obviously, he's going to turn back to the light in the end. But it'd be cool to see a different route be taken at some time. But, I'm not gonna ramble on about that right now. But yeah, definitely comment down below, guys. What do you think? Do you think he should have died? And do you think he did get redeemed? Or do you think he should come back and then that would be his redemption? I'd like to hear your thoughts down in the comments section below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, if you could go ahead and hit that thumbs up button for me, as it does help the channel continue to grow. And if you guys want to see more Star Wars content in the future, definitely go ahead and hit that subscribe button, guys. Thank you for all the support. I really appreciate it. I will see you in the next video. Have a great rest of your day.